Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Caleb's Kung Fu Cinema. Of course, I am Caleb, and I am back with a brand new video. Today, I'm going to be doing another movie review for you guys. But first, I want everybody to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. And then check out the link tree in the description so you guys can follow me on social media. Check out the retired Caleb's Kung Fu Cinema podcast, which is available on pretty much every single platform wherever you guys like to hear your podcasts. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's hop into today's movie review. I've been putting this one off for a little while, but I've just been really busy. But I finally had some time today to put this together for you guys. So today I'm going to be reviewing another movie that was pretty popular in last year in 2024, especially in the martial arts cinema and Asian cinema as a whole. It was pretty popular in those communities, and it was a movie that was considered by many to be probably the best martial arts movie of the year, and I could definitely see it being in the discussion. For me personally, though, it wasn't my favorite of the year. That distinction still goes to Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. However, this is a pretty close second. It is a very fun movie. And what movie am I talking about, you may ask? Well, that is 100 Yards. That's right. I finally saw it, and I do have some comments, I'll say. I don't want that to seem negative, though, because I actually really enjoyed 100 Yards. I thought it was a very fun movie. I will say right off the bat, it's as far as like martial arts films go, it is very top tier. So we'll just go ahead and jump into it. 100 Yards was directed by Xu Yaofeng and stars Jackie Hung and Andy On. It tells the story of two martial artists. One, Jackie Hung's character, being the son of a very famous teacher, and Andy On being that teacher's top student. When that teacher passes away, Jackie Hung and Andy On's characters decide that they are going to have a duel to decide who takes over the school. And spoiler alert, Jackie Hung's character loses, and pretty much the rest of the movie, he is trying to prove that he can beat Andy On, and there are many attempts on his part to basically get a rematch with Andy On's character. There's also a lot of other things that Andy On's character is doing, like once he takes over the school and becomes like a higher, I guess you could say, higher ranked member of this martial arts circle, because there's a really big circle of martial arts teachers in this film. So whenever he takes over the school, he starts doing a lot of things that the martial arts circle does not agree with, and he's doing a lot of things that are considered, maybe that are considered, erratic and stuff like that, or out of the ordinary, things like that. But Andy On's character feels like these type of things he's doing needs to be done in order to like better protect the circle and better protect the people and things like that. But interestingly enough, Jackie Hung's character doesn't really care about the fact that he did not get to take over the school. He didn't get to inherit it. The interesting thing about him is that he just wants to prove that he is the better martial artist and that he can beat Andy On, and that's kind of his journey throughout this movie, is just to prove that he's the better man, and to prove that he actually can he can win. Like I said, interestingly enough, he doesn't really care about the school. There's even a scene in the movie where he says, like, of Andy On's character, he can have the school. I don't care about that. I just want another chance to fight him and to beat him. And they actually do go at it a couple more times. But what I really want to get to is, like, not just those fights, but the fights as a whole. 100 Yards has some really incredible fight scenes. As far as martial arts fight scenes go, this is some of the best. I could definitely see, like, looking at these fight scenes, I could definitely see how this film rather is like has been in the discussion of like best martial arts film of 2024. The choreography is very good. It's very slick. It's also very realistic. Something I've heard. There have been a couple of criticisms that I've heard and read over the fight scenes, and that they are too short and just stuff like that, because there are a lot of moments where fights end with like a single blow, and But however, like I was saying, it's realistic. I really like that they took a realistic approach with it. Shu Haofeng, who was also directed another film called The Final Master, and he was also involved in the Ip Man biopic, The Grandmaster. He is, from what I've seen, he is building a bit of a reputation of doing more like shorter and more realistic fight scenes, and I really like that. I think it's a breath of fresh air, and I think we could probably use at least one filmmaker in the industry doing stuff like that. It's really unique for me. There's also a lot of weapons. Like there are some hand to hand fights in 100 yards, but it's mostly weapons, and I really love that. There's a whole thing in the final sequence of this movie where Jackie Hung's character is trying to use butterfly swords, like Wing Chun butterfly swords, and he doesn't really know how to use them, and he kind of has to figure it out as he's going along. And I thought that was really interesting. It makes her some really, again, interesting choreography and things like that. But yeah, like I was saying, I gotta say, 100 yards as far as a martial arts film goes, it's excellent. It's got some really great fight scenes, some of the best I've seen in a really long time. I love the stuff with the martial arts circle, and I love Jackie Hung's character trying to prove that he can beat Andy On's character, and I love Andy On, trying to like being the guy who's like trying to do something different and not be so traditional within the martial arts circle and things like that. As far as those things go, 100 yards is top tier. However, my issues with the movie come in the form of it's the scenes where they try to dive into Andy On and Jackie Hung's characters' personal lives, because there is a lot of time devoted to their relationships and Jackie Hung's relationship that he had with his father, and just things like that. And personally for me, I mean, I understand that doing scenes like this and kind of diving into the personal lives of the main characters, I know that adds more depth and helps the audience understand the characters better and things like that. But personally for me, whenever it came to those scenes, whenever it was happening on screen, I just didn't find myself being too engaged with it. It was at times it was kind of hard to follow, and I also just didn't really sense any chemistry, like whenever Jackie and Andy's characters were with their respective, whenever they were with their respective significant others and things like that. I didn't really feel the chemistry. It didn't feel like it was really there for me, and I just didn't really. Yeah, again, I just wasn't invested in those aspects of it. So like that sort of thing, like, kind of took me out of it, and I don't think they told the story that well. I mean, it's okay if you want to like dive into the personal lives and things like that, but I just feel they could have made it a little more interesting than they did. So for me, that took me out of it a little bit, and that's why I can't necessarily say 100 Yards is or was my favorite martial arts film of 2024. But I could definitely see how it's in the discussion, because on the other hand, it is really good and has some really great fight scenes and really creative choreography. And again, the stuff with the martial arts circle, that's the interesting part for me. So I will say still that 100 Yards is great, and I do recommend it. Just if you guys out there probably don't think you'd be very invested in the personal live aspect of it either, I would probably say just brace yourself for that. But other than that, I still highly recommend 100 Yards. It's a really good movie. It's got some really awesome fights, and I think it's gonna go down as one of the better martial arts films of the modern era. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope everybody out there has enjoyed the video. And if you haven't seen 100 Yards yet, again, check it out. If you have seen it, let me know in the comments what you think about the movie. As always, I love hearing from everybody, and don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff. I'm sorry I put this video off for a little while. Again, I've just been really busy, but I've got I got another movie review in the works, and I think everybody is going to really like this one. It's going to be a really special movie for me. Won't give it away just yet, so you guys will just have to wait a little bit longer for the video to get here. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate it as always. Thank you guys. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next video.